Yes, season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands with Flashpoint Radio every second and fourth Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. live.
Rebroadcasting will be aired on the first and the third Tuesdays at the same time.
What are we expecting?
What are we expecting? We are expecting a supportive and positive learning experience in which each member is empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
So join us, yours truly, Toastmaster Hazel Fletcher,
Toastmaster Wolseley Collie,
and yours truly, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair, for another exciting season of speaking and leadership information galore. Toastmaster Speak.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Toastmaster Speaks.
All right. Toastmasters Speak. I certainly want to say good evening to each and every one of you in Radioland. Mothers, fathers, boys, sisters, brothers, girls, aunties, uncles, tias, abuelos, and everybody else in Radioland. We just truly want to say good evening to you. I am not alone. As you can see, I am in studio with the one and only my friend, and he will introduce himself to you.
Good evening, Redderland. This is Wolseley Collie joining Toastmaster Carla, and of course, our other guest, presenter, and she'll introduce herself right now.
Good evening, Radioland, and more so Flashpoint Radio. This is Hazel Gordon Fletcher, and I'm here teaming up with Carla Wolseley for this evening exciting program on parenting.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fletcher. We said exciting in so many ways. Exciting location, exciting flashpoint. Notice the sound, flashpoint. You can't say flashpoint and you're not excited, whether you want to be or not. It's simply flashpoint. It's really exciting. And yes, we are here and decide that today, more than any other day, Toastmasters Speak is definitely up another notch or another level. Our host, Toastmaster Fletcher, made mention of the topic that we will be talking about. And yes, that's another exciting topic because it's about parenting. And I don't know how ironic it is, but we do have other persons in house, in studio, that we are going to invite to speak later. And they are waiting and they are dying to share their points. But it's so ironic that a few days ago we had Mother's Day. And now we're talking about parenting. So all you fathers out there, grandfathers, uncles, bearing in mind, I did not say we're talking about mothers. We are talking parenting. And I want to start by just giving our local definition of parenting. And parenting is the ability or the process of really raising up a child from birth to an independent adult. Or you could simply say the ability of bringing up a child until they get to parenting stage. What are your thoughts on that, Toastmaster Wolseley? And then Toastmaster Fletcher.
It is absolutely important for us as adults, those of us who have found ourselves in a position of having a child or children, to know or to learn how to parent. Guess what? When we were becoming parents, none of us had a book that taught us how to be parents. And I'm sure that mothers, especially, and I will stress on this, mothers especially, will say to you without any doubt or any apologies that for them, especially dealing with one of the sexes of the children, it is extremely difficult because was absolutely no handbook that says this is how you parent this particular child or that particular child. And they had to pretty much learn on the fly.
All right. Toastmaster Fletcher, your thought?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I, I didn't get the question. You see, I didn't get the question.
We looked at the definition of parenting. So I just wanted to hear
I did not get
your.
the question.
We looked at the
Uh huh.
definition of parenting. So I just wanted to get your idea. What
Mm-hmm.
would be your thoughts about parenting? Your initial thoughts on parenting? How would you define parenting in your
Well,
way?
parenting is more or less something that we make a choice. Although some persons don't choose to be parent, but it just happen. And you can be either a birth parent, you can be a surrogate parent, or you can be a spiritual parent. But whatever role you take as parenting, it's a very important role that you took or take to be a parent by nurturing somebody. It's very important. It's a very solemn thing that we do, parenting a young person from birth to young adults.
All right. I realize that we are so super excited about this thing that even the norm we did not follow through. I intentionally throw this question out because I want my audience to recognize that the persons we are dealing with, we are asking, we are questioning, are really persons who are qualified to talk on this topic. And so at this time, I want to share with you that Carla McGarvey Blair, the I would say the mother of four, but giving birth to one, the grandmother of four or more, and great grand of one is really qualified for this role. But sometimes I wonder, am I really, really qualified for this role? But like I said, giving birth to one, Toastmaster Wolsey, can you share with us your number of the flock?
Well, guess what? I didn't give birth to any. I have two children,
All right, I like that.
a daughter, Michaela, who is 23, and a son, Caleb, who is 13, going 14.
Boy, I talk about Caleb so often because if it wasn't for Caleb, you would certainly not be sure that you're on your way to heaven. So Caleb is rubbing you the good way, and I love that about him.
I tell you.
All right, Toastmaster Fletcher, let's share how qualified you are to be
Well,
talking on this topic.
I, 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 I am the veteran in this. I have a birth of five, yeah, birth of five, and I have a parenting of 10 plus. When I say 10 plus, I'm talking about other children that I raise beside
That's
my husband and mine. So it's 10, 10 plus 10 grandchildren and one great grand.
all right. So the veteran is certainly in the house. Mine is just by marriage, so I have to hang on to that. But I do have one of my own. So we're talking about 1, 2, 5, and counting. I want to say it is with this that we say that we are certainly ready to talk on this topic. But this topic can be thrown out anywhere. And so I'm going to ask the host of Flashpoint for the word of the day because I am quite sure, even with just the word of the day, he or she may be able to share with us their numbers in counting. So, our prospective Toastmaster, Michael, I know you are somewhere there. The word of the day. But just share with us your counting of the flock.
Well, I was good evening to all that is listening to this episode of Toastmasters Speak, and the word of the day today is, I want to give a simple word today, but it's a very profound word, one that says encouraged. And so encourage is something that I wanted to just say, because you're talking on the topic of parenting. And this is something that is not so much encouraged in a positive way at a lot of in many arenas. And so I would use this word for the bringing together of people who are actually indulging or in this parenting lifestyle. All right, so that's what I would say. Encourage is the word of the day, and I hope it will be beneficial to us today.
Most certainly. Thank you so much, prospective Toastmaster Michael. So the word of the day, callers and hearers, it's encourage. So I would plead with you that as you speak to us, try to include the word of the day at least once. Because I can tell you, prospective Toastmaster Michael is checking to see the number of times we will use the word encourage. I want to throw out my first question to those who are in house and in studio. As we talk about parenting, can you share one of the easiest thing of being a parent? One of the easiest thing for you as being a parent?
One of the easiest things for me to do, being a parent, is actually to love my children. So that it is easy for me to love them. It was, and I will say this without any reservation, especially with our first child. It was very easy to love Michaela, right? But I also
Aww.
say it, and we had her for pretty much 9 years before Caleb came along, and I found that it was just as easy to love Caleb, especially when he was that young and bubbly, between ages of 1 to 3. And I tell you, he was just loving little boy, would run and hug and stuff like that. And it made it very easy for you to love him. Michaela, the same, but on another sense, in another sense. So it to me, that is what made it easy being a parent to both children.
All right. So we realize that for Toastmaster Wolsey, it was easy to love. Toastmaster Fletcher, what about you?
I am being encouraged by Toastmaster Wolseley this evening, and I'm being encouraged by Toastmaster McGarvey Blair. It was very easy and for me to be encouraged to forgive my children. Why? Because sometimes you're so much provoked to anger. You have to love them and you have to forgive them. And they are so innocent at times. You feel when they just look at you, you just have to forgive them.
All right.
I made a joke yesterday, but I don't think any of you saw what I said. What was the easiest thing as a parent? I said to give birth to the child.
That is certainly not a joke, and I'm not sure how many. And again, we are not talking about mothers; we're talking about parenting.
Yeah,
So
but you have to give birth.
when
You
you
have,
come,
you have to give birth in order to be a parent, huh?
No,
no, you don't have to.
All right.
You don't
Okay.
have
All
to.
right.
I
All
didn't
right.
give
You're
birth.
right.
And
So wait.
Toastmaster Wolsey made mention of that initially. He did not give birth, but for sure he is a parent. So we don't have to. So it's not one of the easiest things. And for those who gave birth, it's certainly not one of the easiest things. For me, one of the easiest thing of being a parent is to remember that I'm a parent. And I never go without there are days when I can't forget because everything that I do after giving birth is all about parenting. And so it was much easier for me to remember that I'm a parent. So while it is for you to love, it is for you to forgive For me, it was to remember. I'm going to switch it around because I want to bring in, for those, especially those who are certainly around. We want to bring in Toastmaster Lily, and I'm seeing prospective Toastmaster Stella is also in studio. So I want to bring in Toastmaster Lily. Toastmaster Lily, what is the hardest thing for you as a parent? I know we would have looked at the easiest thing already, but what's the hardest thing for you as a parent? The hardest thing of being a parent?
Thank you for the question, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair. Toastmasters in the house, prospective Toastmasters, good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
Good evening.
One of the hardest things for me, I will speak personally, as being a parent or in parenting, is being away from my child. I have been away from him for quite some time now, and I am really finding it challenging. And every day and time, I would wish that he was here with me. Otherwise, to compensate all that, I usually call him on video, have a chat with him, and it's always amazing to see how he has grown and how he's always happy to talk with me. So that's, I would say, one of the challenging things as being a mother, a parent, is being away from my child.
Wow.
I agree.
And Toastmaster Lily, it is so encouraging hearing from you the fact that being away from your child is one of the hardest things, because we do have parents that they're okay being away from their child. But it is encouraging to know that it is one of the hardest things for you is being away from your child. I want to put some person to the child you're referring to. So can we get a name to work with? I'm hearing Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. So let us put Emmanuel as a person. I just don't want to say child. Being so far away, I want you to feel as if he is closer to you. So being away from Emmanuel is one of the hardest things for you. In that position, as a parent, what do you do in order to see how much you can bring him closer to you, even though he's so far away?
Inside there, so.
Good question, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair. I always talk to him on video calls. I make sure that I am always talking to him whenever I get a chance, despite the 8-hour difference between here and Kenya. I always make sure that when an opportunity presents itself, I am on a video call with him. Another thing that I usually do is what we are all encouraged to do, even in church, and the Word of God encourages us to do, that is to pray for him. So as we are encouraged to pray always, I always pray for him. That is also one of the things that helps me to calm my nerves sometimes when I'm really thinking so much about him. In some situations, I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking about him, or just working, and thinking about him. So I just take that chance to pray for him, and
All right.
also, yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lily. I just want to encourage you that as you continue on this journey, think of the day, think of that bright light. Right now, it's a tunnel for you, but think of that bright light that day when you will certainly see Emmanuel. I want to hear from prospective Toastmaster Stella. I want you to share Prospective Toastmaster Stella, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Great. Can you share with us one of the things as a parent, one of the hardest thing for you as a parent?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you for giving me this chance. I will say one of the hardest thing of being a parent is receiving criticism from other mothers. For example, me being here, some people will think that I failed as a mom, but actually I haven't failed as a mom. I'm just encouraging my children to become independent on
Word of the
their
day.
own. Yes, and I am also working hard towards their upcoming future, for their bright future. That means I haven't failed as a mom. So criticism from other mothers, they think that I left my children from Kenya to come to Cayman Island to work, but it's not that. It's not about just leaving my children. It's about building their better future.
Prospective Toastmaster Stella, I am encouraged just to hear you. And I want to say thank you so much for also including the word of the day in your answer. With that being said, I'm going to throw out again another expectation just for those who are speaking. Try to use the word of the day. Let me ask for those who are in. We are now pulling it, just not just saying parents, but parents of Toastmasters parents. Parents who are Toastmasters. How does being a Toastmaster affect us as being a good parent or a bad parent? Because we can look at it both ways. The answers I want to be very quick, so I'm going to, or very brief, I'm going to ask Toastmaster Wolseley. You're going to touch either being a good parent or a not so good parent or a bad parent. How does becoming a Toastmaster affect us? Whether it affects us being a good parent or a bad parent. And then I'm going to ask Toastmaster Fletcher, and then I'm going to ask Toastmaster Lily, prospective Toastmaster Stella. Being a good parent or a bad one?
Just before I answer that question, I would just like to say this, that I'm encouraged by the answer given by prospective Toastmaster Stella, and also Toastmaster Lily.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
a lot of persons, we, Toastmaster Lily and myself, and also prospective Toastmaster Stella, perhaps would have been in a similar situation where we are actually away from our children.
Yes.
Children and our family. And I tell you, I can feel what, not all that you're feeling, but I can resonate with some of what you're feeling. Because I did feel that way when I was away from my children for quite a number of years. Although we would go back and forth and we'd be seeing each other not so much, not too many times, but probably 2 or 3 times for the year. And that did help. However, you, just as Toastmaster Stella mentioned, your prospective Toastmaster Stella mentioned, you have individuals who are thinking that you're not so much of a good parent because you're away from your children, you're away from your family. And as such, that was something that it wasn't directly said to me, but it was heard through my coming from my family. And that in itself made me feel away. So as a parent, as a father, it really had me thinking, how can I do better in terms of being a father to my children while being away? And I had to try to do that when they were in my presence. Wow. And also while they were away from me. Wow. So it is how do you be a parent while being away from it? How does parenting affect your children or affect you while you are away, and then they come back into your presence, or you return to their presence? How does that affect your parent? However, what helped me was being a Toastmaster. What helped me to do in the positive sense was to help me to listen more. I don't say I was very good at it, but it helped me to listen more. It also helped me to communicate a little bit more to them,
All right.
right? In the sense that I being a Toastmaster, they are now seeing me as a Toastmaster and who have been benefiting from a Toastmaster and seeing me
Okay.
actually speaking more in a manner that perhaps I did not necessarily communicate when I was not a Toastmaster.
All right.
So
Understand.
my daughter, for example, would have been quite aware of that. My son, on the other hand, has seen glimpses before and is now understanding just how a difference it had made on me and also on them as me being a Toastmaster. So in a positive sense, that is it. I won't mention a negative sense.
So it helps you positively. Toastmaster Fletcher.
Yes, mine will be short. The first thing I want to say, I'm being encouraged by all of you with your comments, and I want to encourage you that your children will get to be adult. I didn't join Toastmaster when my children were children. There are now adults, right?
Okay.
Right. So the benefit for me now is that I learn skills that I'm able to communicate with them better than when I wasn't a Toastmaster. And the negative thing for me, for Toastmaster and for them is at times when they would really want to talk to me, I am at a Toastmaster meeting, if that can be called negative.
And I am sure we all can say that. But I want to say thank you so much, Toastmaster Fletcher, because you looked on both sides of the spectrum. Toastmaster Lily, quickly. All right. Do we have Toastmaster Stella, prospective Toastmaster Stella?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster McClare. Claire? Oh, Carla. Okay, sorry. I would say Toastmasters can affect parenting in that we have social confidence about how we talk to our children, how we talk to people surrounding our children, like our community. So, and also it gives us positive communication and a supportive environment where we can develop communication within us and our children and develop community. Not even our children alone. It's also for the community, how we speak to them, how we encourage them. So that's how Toastmasters can affect us in parenting. So I'm so encouraged about how you people are saying, how everyone is saying about parenting, how we develop skills in parenting also. We also learn skills from one skills to the other one.
All right.
Thank you.
Prospective Toastmaster Stella. I think we need to get you in soon so we can get rid of the word prospective, because you are right there on the money. And I love the fact that you're viewing it even outside of Toastmaster, but as a Toastmaster. And I want to say thanks. That is truly, truly encouraging. We are about to take a break, and we'll take a break. And when we come back, we are going to be looking at different styles of parenting. And which one do you have? Or which one would you want? For sure. So when we come back, it's Flashpoint.
Welcome to the Eminent Orators Toastmasters Speak radio show, season 2.
Yes, season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands with Flashpoint Radio every second and fourth Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. live.
Rebroadcasting will be aired on the first and the third Tuesday at the same time.
What are we expecting?
What are we expecting? We are expecting a supportive and positive learning experience in which each member is empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Join us, yours truly, Toastmaster Hazel Fletcher,
Toastmaster Wolseley Collie,
and yours truly, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair, for another exciting season of speaking and leadership information galore. Toastmaster Speak.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Eminent Orators Toastmasters Speak radio show, Season 2.
Yes, Season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands with Flashpoint Radio every second and fourth Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. live.
Rebroadcasting will be aired on the first and the third Tuesday at the same time.
What are we expecting?
What are we expecting? We are expecting a supportive and positive learning.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
Welcome to the Eminent Orators Toastmasters Speak radio show, Season 2.
Yes, Season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands with Flashpoint Radio every second and fourth Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. live.
Rebroadcasting will be aired on the first and the third Tuesday at the same time.
What are we expecting?
What are we expecting? We are expecting a supportive and positive learning experience in which each member is empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Join us, yours truly, Toastmaster Hazel Fletcher,
Toastmaster Wolseley Collie,
and yours truly, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair, for another exciting season of speaking and leadership information galore. Toastmaster Speak.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Flashpoint Radio. With the word of the day, encourage. And the theme or the topic we are dealing with is parenting, specifically Toastmasters parents. How is it as Toastmasters we are great parents, or we are not so great parents? We really looked at what is parenting. We define parenting, and we have our host, Toastmaster Wolseley Collie, Toastmaster Hazel Fletcher, as the two hosts, and she will tell you she is a veteran in the parenting world. And so, as a veteran by nature, she is here to stay and here to let you know she has the child, the grandchildren, she has a great grand, and maybe great grand. So,
Not yet.
a veteran indeed.
10-10-1, that's her new name.
10-10-1. We also have Toastmaster Lily, who is a Toastmaster parent, but one that parents from a distance. And she's parenting all the way in Cayman, but parenting from Kenya. Prospective Toastmaster Stella, a new Toastmaster, not yet, but I am bringing her in, and but also parenting from a distance. And we looked at being a good parent, the easiest thing as a parent. And we made mention it's easy to forgive, it's easy
to love.
to love, it's easy to remember. But we also look at the hardest thing. And I love the point. I'm so encouraged to hear Toastmaster Lily made mention that even one of the hardest thing is really to parent from a
From a
distance,
distance, from a
knowing
distance,
that
yes.
she's here, her child is so far. But prospective Toastmaster Stella wraps it up as a package to say, even though it's hard to parent from a distance, it's harder when persons think that you are not a good parent because you're parenting from a distance.
They're actually criticizing you. Saying
Yes.
you're not a good parent.
Yes, and Toastmaster Wolseley just add to that by simply saying he has gotten the same pill to take, but had to work his way out. Now we're
And
looking
we are
at
not, we are, yes, TM, DTM, Carla, we are being encouraged because we have a technology now. When I was growing up, growing my children, you could call on the phone. You didn't have access to phone at your hand at every beat. You have to go somewhere to get a line up in a line and get a call. You would see that
I
person,
Yes.
remember
and that,
those days.
yes,
Yes,
and it's
indeed.
probably once a week on a Sunday or a Saturday evening you will be able to call them. So I've been at both ends when it come on to parenting, leaving my children them alone and wondering, singing sometime in the night, going to my bed. Where's my wandering boy tonight?
Wow, wow,
I tell
wow.
you.
But we must all be, and I think Toastmaster Lily also made mention of her video call to Emmanuel, her WhatsApp talking to Emmanuel, and ensure that she's able to have that one-on-one chat with him so often. Because
And
when
don't
you
forget she talk about prayer.
and she made mention
Yes, yes,
of
yes.
prayer, and we
Indeed.
can't go without that. Because when you consider Kenya being 7, 8 hours away, sometimes she's up, but they are sleeping. So it has to take good parenting to catch the time when I am up, or he's able to talk. And so we want to say thanks for technology who also made it possible and make it happen. Parenting styles. There are basically four main parenting styles. You have the authoritarian style, the authoritative style, the submissive style, and yes, you can think of the other. It is simply the neglectful style. And we wonder when we consider parenting and Toastmasters who are parents, which style do we use? Because as Toastmasters now, I realize that I have been using the authoritarian style. That's the style where we are having dinner at 6 p.m. No other. Whether you want to eat this, this is what we are having. This is it. We are going there at 7:15 and we are leaving at 8:30. No other time, and it's going this way. I recognize that. I also recognize that we have the authoritative,
Yep.
the one that says we're having dinner at 6:30. You may come in a little later, but that's fine. You'll catch us while we are having dinner. We're also having chicken today, but for those who don't want chicken, we may have sardine or fish. Yes, or callaloo. That will work. And then we will be going out. I know you may be tired, so you want to stay home, and that's fine. But we are heading out, and we'll give you the call. You may be able to call us if you need us. That's authoritative. The submissive, that's where, oh, my child and I, we are friends, we are cousins. And so we can sit together and we rock together and the foot is up. We don't even have to eat at the table. You want to eat four, I eat three. We don't even eat any at all. I don't like anything you're cooking, so I'm going to call Uber Eats. I'm going to call out, or I'm going out for pizza. And then that's a submissive. And the parent will say, that's fine, it's okay. You don't want to eat? No, that's fine. What time do you want to eat? I'll work with you and we can work together. Ooh. And the neglectful parent. Ooh la la. Oh, did you eat today? I don't remember. Did I cook today? Oh, that was last week. Okay. Oh, did you shower yet? Oh, you haven't showered since morning? You mean since yesterday? Oh, I forgot. It's too. And that's a neglectful parent.
Parenting by chance.
Parenting by chance. I didn't even want you, but you're here. Now that you're here, let's see what we can do. So, which parenting style do you have as a Toastmaster? Which parenting style would you like to have as a Toastmaster, or you have learned to have as a Toastmaster? Or which parenting style do you have? It's a lot of questions thrown out, but please do not take all of them. Just take one or two and let's see how we can roll it.
I sum it up by saying this, that there's no one style that one can use to parent our children in a balanced way.
All right.
No parenting comes down to a balance. As a matter of fact, parenting is summed up in the Bible as train up your child in the way he or she should grow, and when he's old or she, they will not depart from it. So it is a training situation. However, for us as parents, as I said earlier, there was no rule book, there's no guide, there's no school we went to say this is how you be a parent and that is how you be a parent. We had to learn as we go along with the simplest of guide, using this word, train up a child. This from the Bible, train up a child the way he should go. And when he or she is old, they will not depart from it. So I said that to say this, that we need at some point to have a bit of the authoritarian style of parenting, yes, depending on the stage of our children, the age of our children, where we are in life, and that depends also on the situation. Right. Because you might find yourself, how can you be an authoritarian parent when your child is just a baby, an infant? How can you be that? The child is just born, learning to walk. How can you do that? So you will have to adapt a style of the authoritative and also as a bit of the submissive to take that. And when the child is developing, while you are putting in a little bit of the authoritarian, don't touch the fire, don't touch the lamp, because it will burn.
All right, I know you're excited, I know you're super and you're ready to go, but I see Toastmaster Fletcher and her lip is moving, she is ready. Toastmaster Fletcher, just a minute on that. Let's hear you.
I concur with Toastmaster Wolseley.
Oh,
It also depends on the child, because every bit one of them, and I'm just putting those adjectives, is different. Yeah. I can tell you, I had 5, and the last one was the most challenged of them all. And I said to myself, if he was the first one, he would have been the only one. I leave it at that.
Oh, I love that. Oh, Toastmaster Fletcher. I hope he's not hearing, but I love that.
I think I know who that one is. I just call him Mr. French.
I think so too. I want to say thank you for that. Toastmaster Lily, we lost you earlier. Are you back?
Yes, she is.
All right, I'm going to take prospective Toastmaster Stella.
Good evening again.
Yes.
Good evening, my dear. We've been encouraged by you.
Yes.
I am encouraged also by everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. Yes, I am an authoritative parent. Picking the style is from how I was brought, so I copied from
Yes.
taking from my parents. So that's
Madeline.
how
Madeline.
yeah, I was brought up that way. So that's how I took it from my parents, being an authoritative parenting style. But for now, I am encouraged to become an authoritarian parent and
Great.
a
Great.
submissive parent because I want to try new styles to bring up my children because of the distance. Now I can't, sometimes I don't get to know what they do, how they grow up, because mostly they are parented by my own parents.
Ah,
Yes.
ah.
Yes, so I'm so encouraged to try out new things like being a submissive mom, being a submissive, and also being an authoritarian.
All right.
And authoritative as well.
Authoritative, because the
Yeah.
authoritarian, Stella, you made mention earlier, that's who you were. But you want
Yes.
to be now an authoritative parent that is able to be flexible, but flexible with standard.
Yes, indeed.
Toastmaster Lily, are you there? No, not there. All right. For me, as I made mention, the authoritarian, right up there. And we are now having Toastmaster Lily. Toastmaster Lily, would you care to share your parenting style?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for that question. So for me, having been away from home, as I mentioned before, that I used to be an authoritarian parent, but having been away from home and being exposed to the Western style of parenting, especially in the Cayman Islands, I am
Western.
slowly changing from. Do you hear me?
Yes, yes, we
Yes,
are.
we are.
Yes, I'm just encouraging you
Oh,
by saying Western.
yes, thank you so much for the encouragement. So I am changing from the authoritarian parent I used to be to authoritative, and also will change to be a submissive parent. It's because I realized that when you are an authoritative parent, you get the child, your child will not, they will just be free. They will not be scared of sharing their opinions to you, or just their emotions, and just being themselves, just letting the children be. So I would really go with authoritative parenting, and I will also be a submissive parent and try to listen as much as possible and understand from his perspective what he really wants, and we can reason together without me enforcing my ideas on him in a way that might produce some negative impact. So yes, I would really go with authoritative and submissive parenting.
Thank you, Toastmaster
My
Lily.
host,
That's a handful,
I got
mouthful,
to go.
and everything.
I had a
Toastmasters,
meeting scheduled for 6:30 because I thought we would be finished
Thank
at
you,
6,
Toastmaster
and they
Fletcher.
have been
To
calling
be
me. So if you
tight.
don't mind, I'd like to
Yes.
excuse myself from the rest of the meeting.
Toastmaster Fletcher, thank you.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we have
yes.
heard you. That's fine. Thank you. So we want to
Hello?
say goodbye to Toastmaster Fletcher as she leaves us out of studio. We want to say thank you for your contribution. And as we have 3 minutes to wrap up, but for those who are still here, we just want to ask you, just for your point, your final point on being a parent, or your final point on parenting. You made mention of Caleb, and you made mention of
Michaela.
Michaela. We heard about Emmanuel. Can we hear prospective Toastmaster Stella? Can you give us the names? Jaden and seems like we missed prospective Toastmaster Stella.
While we
Seems,
wait for Toastmaster Stella to return, I'd
yes.
just like to say I'm encouraged by what Toastmaster Lily made mention of about the communication between her and her son.
Yes.
Using the
1 minute.
Using the authoritative and the submissive styles of parenting will definitely work well at this age, right? However, as the child, as our son gets older, she might find that we may need to go back to using some more of the authoritative style, and
rather than submissive.
Only,
right?
Because when becoming a teenager, then there's a different thing that comes up. So that's what I'm saying. I've been the father of a teenage son at this particular period in time. I can tell you that it no pun intended, it is not stellar. But I'm still encouraged. I'm still encouraged as a father to press on, because then I remember myself as a teenager as well, and I back and say, I can see where some of that is coming from, but don't know how to deal with it.
I'm happy you are saying that. And I want to thank you so very much, Toastmaster Wolseley, because sometimes when we shift gear, you bring us back into the real world. And I think I missed the mark, even as a Toastmasters parent. I missed the mark as a parent, because there are times when I stay in my authoritarian stage a little too long. And so I cannot glimpse in the submissive stage. There was just a shadow for me, or silhouettes for me. And so I miss that. I recognize now that the authoritative and the submissive stage at this age, having an older teenage child, really, because the last one is 19, 18, 20 this year. Mm-hmm. So I have missed that mark. And sometimes it pulled me back to say, where have I gone wrong? But I want to thank Toastmaster Lily. She has encouraged us for two things, the word and prayer, because it's only those that is keeping me to know and to be encouraged that even though I've missed the mark, I am still a parent, and a parent where God expects me to be. And so I am encouraged. I don't know if Toastmaster Lily have any final word, because that will be our last word as we wrap up today.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair, and my mentor, Toastmaster Wolseley Collie. And thank you so much to the Flashpoint Radio team for hosting us. It's been an amazing session, learning about parenting. I have learned a lot, and I know for sure as parents, we wouldn't trade anything for parenting. And parenting has taught us we grow every day. For example, for me right now, I've just learned so many things which I will implement, and they will positively impact on my parenting. Thank you once again for this opportunity, and have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so very much, Toastmaster Lily. And as we leave ourselves out of studio, let us continue and encourage each other to become great parents, parents that God expects us to be. And knowing that as Toastmasters, we can be excellent parents, because Toastmaster is a place where leaders are made.
But not only that, it's also a place where we say you learn by doing. And guess what? By a parent, we learn by doing.
Thank you so very much.
Toastmasters Speak.
It is Flashpoint Radio, as we see you the next time on Toastmasters Speak. I know Toastmaster Fletcher won that today. I wasn't in it. Word of the day. Please give her the win.
I think we have to just give Lady Fletcher the win on that one. I believe that's what we have to do. I think I think you have to collect those points from Lady Ellis.
Yes.
All right,
the floor.
It has been a minute, and of course, Flashpoint Radio, Flashpoint Media. And of course, we had a wonderful time. Toastmasters Speak this evening, and you spoke eloquently on this episode of Toastmasters Speak. I would say many have listened, watched, and learned. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and of course on www.flashpointmedia.ky. Our web radio continues 24 hours, all day, every day, right here in Grand K and the rest of the world.
No way.
Toastmaster Speaks.
When is it in stop?
Well, I don't know where it stops. We are. Let's keep going. You're still on. You're still live. So I guess.
It's still live.
All right, we're cutting you off now. We're getting on the studio. We're going to get out now. All right, you had a wonderful time.
Toastmasters Speaks live in the studio. Flashpoint Radio.
Toastmasters Speak Radio Show Season 2.
Yes, Season 2, right here in the Cayman Islands with Flashpoint Radio every second and fourth Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. live.
Rebroadcasting will be aired on the first and the third Tuesday at the same time.
What are we expecting?
What are we expecting? We are expecting a supportive and positive learning experience in which each member is empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth.
Join us, yours truly, Toastmaster Hazel Fletcher.
Toastmaster Wolseley Collie.
And yours truly, distinguished Toastmaster Carla McGarvey Blair, for another exciting season of speaking and leadership information galore. Toastmaster Speak.
Toastmaster Speaks.
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster.